Hello, 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 hello. How are all of you? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Becky. Welcome. So what questions do you guys have for me about decluttering, about organizing, about the 1 Degree Shift, which is my book that I wrote, one of the books. Hello. Hello, hello, Heirloom Cotton. Hello, Death Ripper, or Reaper. Hello, hello. So let me know what questions you guys have. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who are new to my channel, new to myself, new to my work, I'm Flora Sage. I am a simplification coach. I'm a business mentor and a life coach. I've written 7 books. This is one of them. This is my latest. It's called The 1 Degree Shift. I help you declutter your life so that you can finally have a life that you are excited about. Hi, Naomi. How are you? I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name. I'm really bad with pronouncing names, by the way. So let me know what questions you have. I am here to, like I said, help you create a life that you're excited about. And one of the easiest ways to see a shift in your life is by decluttering and clearing out your environment, because your environment impacts you more than people realize. So let me know what questions you have. Good, I am fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I had several events in my 1 Degree Shift tribe today. We had the What's Up Wednesday call. We had our Lunch and Learn. We talked about habits. It was so good. During our What's Up Wednesday call, it's a spirit-led call. We actually did a meditation and energy clearing, and in our Lunch and Learn, we actually talked about habits and how to create new habits. And all of this you can find in my book. So, Scout says, how do I start to declutter? Well, the first thing is recognize that decluttering and organizing are 2 totally different things. When you organize, you're literally just moving stuff around and getting it a little bit more orderly. When you're decluttering, you're actually removing things that you no longer use, you no longer want, and that are broken, or you just, like I said, you just don't even use them. So how you start to declutter, funny that you ask. August 14th, we are actually doing a live decluttering day, and it's going to be absolutely epic. And so the link for that is in my bio, and it's only $89. Normally it's $2,500 to spend 6 hours with me, but we're going to meet from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Saturday, August 14th. And you can choose to focus on one area of your home for the whole 6 hours, or you can focus on just various areas. And we're going to walk you through that. People that are going to go through each individual space, we're all going to do that together. It's going to be epic. It's going to be so epic. But essentially, how you can start to declutter, first is figure out what room you want to start with. I typically recommend starting with the bedroom, because your bedroom impacts how you sleep. It impacts your connectivity to your partner as well as to your high self and your spirit. And when you feel disheveled when you wake up, or when you feel disheveled before you go to bed because of all the stuff that's in your room, it just really makes for a really challenging time to sleep well and to just really set the pace and set the stage for a really productive, really mindful and intentional day. So I recommend that you start with your bedroom. One of the coolest things that works for decluttering is take your phone and take pictures of the room that you want to start with and look at those pictures, and you're going to see the clutter in those photos. That's where I recommend that you start. Another way to start decluttering is take the big stuff out. Like if you know you don't want a certain dresser or a rug or a lamp or something really big and bulky that you know that you're not going to keep, remove that first, and you're going to start to see a massive shift in the energy of that room, simply because that's out and not taking up space anymore. And all of a sudden now you have that extra space to kind of move about, and that's like literally instant shifts and instant kind of gratification when it comes to decluttering, because you've made and seen that massive first shift in and moving that big piece of whatever it is out of your space. So that's how I would recommend that you start to declutter. But again, it just depends on which space that you're looking in. I've got 3 different levels that I recommend people declutter at. Level 1 is just the surface stuff. So it's like, okay, this is my desk. What's on my desk? How can I clear it until it feels good for me? Now, the goal isn't to be where you have nothing left in your house. That's not the goal. The key is to just take out the stuff that you don't use and that you don't love. All the other stuff, keep. And then, like I said, declutter first, then organize. So that's the first level. Level 1 is just the surface level stuff. Level 2 is kind of more of the mid-level. That's when you open the closet and you just see, what don't I love? What don't I wear? What don't I use? What is just shoved in here and I totally forgot that I had it? And then level 3 is when you literally gut everything out. So you open the closet, you take everything out. You open that drawer, you dump it out, or you take everything out of that drawer, or even complete rooms, you take everything out and then declutter. So yeah, I mean, it really is easy, and a lot of people just don't know how to do it and don't know how to start. And decluttering is something that literally I've been doing since I came out of my mom's womb. Honestly, I shared a room with my sister, and my half of the room was like neat, clean, tidy, organized, and her room, or like her half of the room was like knee deep in clothes and toys and all kinds of other stuff. So, hi from New Jersey, woohoo! Love it. I am in Arizona. But yeah, decluttering, oh my gosh, you guys, like seriously, if you feel stuck in any way, clean something out, like declutter something, like get a box or a bag and go through a drawer, go through a closet, go through a pantry, go through something and declutter it. And then whatever it is that you put in that bag or that box, put in the car, get it out of your space, and you're going to be like, oh my God, that felt so good. Movement creates momentum, and allowing yourself to just feel that shift there's just nothing else like it. It's so good. So what other questions do you guys have for me about, like I said, I've been doing this for 23 years. I started my business back in 1997. I started home organizing, and then I realized people just need to declutter because they just got way too much stuff to organize. And so decluttering, organizing, and then very quickly I added life coaching onto that. I became certified as a life coach. Now I have I think 5 or 6, maybe even 7 certifications for coaching. I've got 7 books. Where do I get your book? So this book is on Amazon. You can also get it on Barnes & Noble. If you want an autographed copy, you can grab it from my website. All the links are in my bio. So if you click on the bio, you'll see our decluttering group event, which I'm so freaking excited about. The decluttering quick start, scroll down a little bit, and then you'll see 1 Degree Shift book. You can grab it, like I said, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or from my website. You can get an autographed copy. And there's been a lot of people who have been doing book clubs for this. If you want to order in bulk, simply send an email to support@florasage.com. Tell them that you want to do a bulk book order, and you'll actually get it at cost. We will not make any money on that, but that's just my thanks to you for doing a book club purchase. So I hope you love it. So this book is not entirely about decluttering. There's actually just a small portion of it that talks about decluttering and simplifying. This book, so organizing and decluttering is the key. Well, not even organizing, just decluttering your environment is like one of the easiest, fastest ways to feel a shift in your life. And the 1 Degree Shift, this book is essentially all about creating a life that you're excited about. Now, most people think in order to create a life that they want, they have to create massive action and do massive change and do like a 180 or a 90-degree shift or a 45-degree shift. That's a recipe for disaster. We've all been there. We've all thrown everything out from the pantry and start over, and I'm not going to eat like that anymore. Or we get all the gear and we start working out an hour a day and then we burn out and we're like, holy hell, like how the hell can I make this work? Well, the key to success in anything is committing to just one baby step, one tiny shift. So if you think about having a car from one side of the country to the other side and it's on a road, if you set that to that 0 dial, you're going to get from one side of the country to the other. But if you change it just 1 degree to the left or 1 degree to the right, you're going to be in a completely different space very soon. And that's what the 1 Degree Shift book is all about. It's about recognizing that lasting change doesn't come from just doing all of these big things. It comes from making one little tiny action every single day. And so this whole book is about you finding out where you are, where you want to be, and helping you bridge that gap. And so this book is about clearing the stuff in the middle that keeps you from being able to take that little 1 degree shift, that little action, that little tiny action. It's massive, it's huge. One of the things that we talk about in my 1 Degree Shift Tribe community is in order for this to really stick and in order for shifts to really make their mark, you got to know where you are. And so many people don't take an honest assessment of where they are. I'm not saying everybody's a liar. I'm just saying that a lot of people, we think we know something until we actually sit down and think about it. And then we're like, oh shit, like, wow, I'm really not happy where I'm at. And that aha moment, or that I'm really happy with where I'm at, but there's just this one little aspect of my life that just, I don't know, I got to figure out why that is the way that it is. And so getting honest about where you're at and then saying, okay, so this is where I'm at. So this is like your GPS point, like where you're starting, that starting location. And then you're like, okay, where do I want to be? This is one of the reasons why I have a map on here and a compass. So where do I want to be? This is huge, because if you don't know where you're going, how do you know what to do every day? A lot of people just get up and do the same thing every day. Oh my gosh, today inside of the 1 Degree Shift Tribe, we talked about habits. And we talked about how so many people have the same habits, and the same habits create the same results, and the same results create the same life. And you're like, oh shit, like I don't like where I'm at, or I like where I'm at, but I just wish I could go further. So we looked at how you can create habits very easily so that those habits will start to bring you to where you want to go. So this whole book, like I said, is really truly about giving you permission to, 1, get honest about where you're at, 2, get honest about where you really want to go, and if where you really want to go is your dream or if it's somebody else's. I had that problem. Oh my gosh, like for years I thought I wanted this big giant house and all the land and all the stuff that goes with it. And I'm like, you know what? I really do not want a big house. I really do not want the land. I had a 3,500 square foot house, downsized after my divorce to a little over 2,000 square feet. And then my boyfriend and I actually don't like to call him my boyfriend. He's actually my partner in life. I don't know if we're going to get married, but we're really good. Like, this is the best relationship I've ever been in. But in any case, we've been together over 2 years. And my partner and I decided that we were done with the Midwest winters. And both of us grew up in Wisconsin. And we're like, you know what? Let's move to Arizona where it's nice and hot. And right now it's 108. Love it. It's a dry heat. It really does matter that it's a dry heat. But in any case, so we decided let's downsize. And so we downsized from a little over 2,000 square feet to 1,400 square feet. And we're actually going to downsize even more next year. And I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. So I don't just like preach what I'm talking about. I'm really like, this is legit my life. And so I'm there, big house, 4,400 square feet and ready to downsize. Yes, and it's so freeing. Like when you decide to downsize, you're like, woo, it's scary. Like, oh my gosh, we got rid of so much stuff when we moved. And I'm not someone who likes to like put stuff places. And I thought I was pretty good. But when I was packing, I was like, oh my gosh, where did all this stuff come from? Things have babies. I swear, people, when you put something in a closet, it multiplies and has babies. And then when you go to like declutter it, you're like, there's like twice as much. And you're like, I don't remember putting all this stuff in here. What happened? So, and that's one of the reasons why we're doing this decluttering VIP day. It is a group event. Normally it's $2,500 to get me for 6 hours on Zoom. And this event is only $89. And so if you want to join me and everybody else that's deciding to join, it's Saturday, August 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We've got 6 hours together on Zoom. This is Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be live the entire time, and we're going to go through whatever you want to go through. Like, I have an outline, so we're going to be going through certain rooms. But if someone wants to, and I highly encourage you to do this, if you decide to tackle one room, you're going to be on that one room. Now, the cool thing about this is because we're live, you can raise your hand, you can ask me questions. I can look at what you're doing and I can make recommendations. You guys, this is like the bee's knees right here. So I hope that you can join me August 14th, like not this Saturday, but next Saturday in 10 days actually. Like I said, $89 normally. Oh yes, there will be another, and we're gonna do these once a month, maybe twice a month, depending on you know, how often people want these. Oh, thank you, Scout. Yay, I hope you love the book. But yes, there is going to be other group VIP days. So good. Like I said, normally it's $2,500, but I was guided to create a group event for you guys for only $89 for the entire 6 hours. It's so epic. So freaking epic. Okay, so, but yeah, like I said, you know, when you figure out where you are and where you want to be, and you really get clear about and honest with yourself about where you want to be, then all of a sudden you can start to see what's blocking you. And that's what this whole book is about, is the stuff that gets in our way from where we are to where we want to be. And we're like, yeah, okay, so I know where I want to be, but I want to take this one step, and that but is addressed in here. So freaking good. So what questions do you guys have for me? Hi, Christina. Yay. I love it. So good. So good. So, what else do you guys have for me? I've been doing this work, like I said, since 1997, so a little over 23 years. And wait, is it more than that? 97. I don't know. I need to do the math. Maybe it's longer than that. How do you do that math? Let me see. So when I was in college, my algebra professor used to say, use your brainulator. And I'm like, it's so hard sometimes. I'm really good at certain things, but okay, so what is it? 2021 minus 1997. Is that how you do that? 24 years. So yeah, math is your friend. Yes. I actually, when I was in college and I learned the formula, like algebra is easy when you get the formula. When you learn the formula, it's really easy. And before that, I had to take basic math when I was in college. I was kind of pissed because before that I was actually an accountant. I'm not a certified CPA, but I did like general accounting and I did receivables and things like that. But I'm just like, I can't use my brainulator. But like I had basic math, beginning algebra, intermediate algebra, and then I could take college algebra. The first 3 classes, we were not allowed to use a calculator. We had to use our brainulator. And then in college algebra, we were able to actually use a calculator because of those big, long equations and stuff like that. And then calculus is just more algebra. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because I had to take 6 math classes. So I've got a bachelor's in general business with a double minor in marketing and management. And then I started my master's degree in sustainability and decided, it's all good. So it makes it so easy. So Scout says it makes it so easy to keep your place picked up and clean. Yes, so good. I feel like everything is a keepsake. Okay, this is huge. Hang on. Live, laugh, shopping. She says it's okay. I'm an accountant and I still need a calculator. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, why is this? Like my boyfriend, he literally can do math so easily. And I'm like, how do you do that? I'm a very kinesthetic person. So I need to write something down and actually see it and do it in order for me to get it. But yeah, so Jamie says, I feel like everything is a keepsake. So you're probably one of those people that's a really sentimental person that like everything has meaning. Like, I'll give you an example. Okay, this is a keepsake. I'm not like, well, okay, anything can be a keepsake if you attach meaning and energy to it. So this is a compass that my team gave me, the 1 Degree Shift, and it says harness the simplicity of lasting change and create a life you're excited about. Like, isn't this the best gift ever? So good. Well, it came with like this pouch and a giant box. Well, not a giant box, a pouch and a box, and then another box and this other giant box. And I wanted to keep all of it. And I was like, okay, focus. Am I going to use all the things? No. So what am I actually going to keep, use, and love and continue to look at and be a part of my life? And it was just this. So I tossed the pouch and all the other things. And this is brass, so I can polish it and shine it up a little bit. So when you look at something, I'm trying to find some random thing, but I don't really have a lot of, anyway. So when you think about a keepsake, like I collect rocks, like I love rocks. And when you, like, I was just out in California with my youngest son. I've got 2 boys, 25 and 22. They're both active duty Marines. I was in the Marine Corps, as is their dad, or as was their dad. That's where we met. We actually met in Okinawa. And so I went to go visit my youngest son on base and went to the beach. Such good vibes. So I picked up a rock. That rock is on my nightstand. I'll probably keep that rock for the rest of my life just because of the energy that was there on the beach that day. So good. However, if you find that you're collecting and getting all these keepsakes from all these different things and you feel that it's getting in the way, that's just the thing. If what you have doesn't bother you and it feels good to keep it, don't get rid of it. Don't get rid of it. If you keep it, if you have all the things and the volume or the amount of it is bothering you, that's when you need to address it. So what I recommend for you, Jamie, is I would recommend that you really take a good look at the collection of keepsakes. So let's just say, hi from Michigan. So let's just say that you have a giant collection of rocks from your son's beach. I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there, okay? So bring all of it together and look at the keepsake collection as a whole. Okay, so let's just say that you have keepsakes from your parents and that both of them have passed away. Both of my parents passed away. My mom passed away when I was 12 in 1987. I'm dating myself. I'm 45, born in 1975. So so I have like, I think I have 2 things from my mom. And my dad passed away 8 years ago, and I have his handkerchiefs. I'm a hanky person. I don't like I'll use Kleenex, but I really like handkerchiefs. And nobody else of my sisters, I'm the youngest of 7. I've got 4 biological sisters and 2 stepsisters, so there's 7 girls altogether. And nobody else is a hanky user, and so when my dad was passing away from cancer, he asked us, what do you guys want? And I'm like, I want your handkerchiefs. And I think he was really surprised because he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay. But I'm like, I use handkerchiefs. You have really good ones because I would steal them when I was little. He's like, dang it, give me my handkerchiefs. So, and so I don't have a whole lot of things because I chose not to accept them. However, there has been times in the past when someone that I've helped declutter their home, they literally have like complete rooms of stuff from their parents and they're just like, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know what to get rid of. And so in that case, what I would say to you, like I said, is collect everything together. It's kind of a long answer, I apologize, but bring all your keepsakes of the same type of keepsake together. So like I said, everything from your mom, everything from your dad, everything from like the Marine Corps when I was in the Marine Corps, everything from college or high school or an event, whatever it is, just gather all those items together from each particular grouping of keepsakes. Don't try to lump all the keepsakes together. That's going to be too overwhelming. Just do one group and look at it and say, if my house was on fire and I could only grab 3 things, or the most important things from this, what would I grab? And that will help you to narrow down how special each one of those keepsakes are. I know that's kind of a morbid way to think about it, but it works. It really, truly works. In all the years that I've been helping people, that is one of those things that people are like, oh, this, and this, boom, done. And they're like people, they're almost shocked when I ask them this question. I'm like, your whole room is on fire. What do you grab first? They're like, oh my God. I'm like, you got 5 minutes or you got 30 seconds. And I'll do my little, stopwatch. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh. And what they go to first is what's important to them. So try that. See if it works for you. And yeah, that's another thing. Thank you, Live Laugh Shopping. She said, she taught me to take a picture and you'll have that memory. Absolutely. Like, you can take pictures of things that you choose to get rid of, or choose to, I don't like to say get rid of. You're rehoming these things. So there's a fabulous video on Netflix. It's about the minimalists. They actually have 2 parts. The second part, one of the gentlemen talks about when his mom passed away, her whole house was packed full of stuff. And under her bed, he found his his school year mementos, like papers and books and all this other random stuff. But he said, why did she keep these? And he said, I think she kept them because that was a little piece of me that she was trying to hold on to. I'm totally gonna cry. It was such a huge, really emotional part of the video. And that's the thing, is I've dealt with loss in my life, both of my parents, like I said, and it's very easy to hold on to something that's theirs and say, I don't want to get rid of this because this is the last piece of them that I have. And especially if you have a whole house or a whole room of their things, it is very challenging to get rid of things like that. And so, give yourself permission to just really look at what is the most special, what has the most meaning for me, and how can I just really appreciate that. So like my dad's hankies, I use them. I I've got to rotate. I think I got like 6 or 7 of them, and they're on a rotating basis. Like every day I grab a new one and then I put the other one in the washing, and it's just one of those things. And I will use them for the rest of my life. Will my kids take them? I have no idea. If they want to, sure. If not, I will not feel bad if they're like, hell no, get that away from me. One of my kids won't even touch it. He's like, I will get you a new one. And he's the same kid that reuses dental floss. I'm like, really, dude? I'm like, so it's kind of funny, but we all have our quirks. But it's one of those things that when you give yourself permission to recognize how special things are, and just honor the memory and honor that, and then say, okay, so what is the most special? And then take those things out, and everything that's left, look at, how can I give this thing new life? Kind of like, the whole 2.0 thing. Like, give it to someone else, share it with a charity, or a place that will have a sale that will take those funds and use it for something good. There's all there's Catholic charities, there's Baptist charities, there is, oh my gosh, all kinds of different local charities. So, because some people just don't feel comfortable giving it to Goodwill or a place like that, that's totally okay. Like I said, there's a lot of there's churches. I mean, I don't even think you have to be a member of a church to donate things for their rummage sale or whatever. But give yourself permission to just look at how you can rehome these things so that they can have another lifetime with someone else and create new memories. And then those things that you do choose to keep, you can put out, you can display it. Like I believe one of the gentlemen from the Minimalist Show, he has a candy dish and a doily that he keeps out. I can't remember specifically, but he keeps it out, whatever it was that he kept. I don't remember, I apologize. But he displays it, and every time he looks at it, he thinks of his mom. And that's the same thing every day when I'm using my hanky. I think about my dad, and I'm like, yay, it's so good. It's such a great memory. Yay, I'm so glad that you Hopefully you find these useful, Jamie. I'm excited. Hi, Miracles and Money. I enjoy your videos. Woo! Thank you. So good. So what questions do you guys have for myself? For those of you just joining me, welcome. I am a simplification coach, life coach, business coach, and just someone that is here to help you create a life that you're excited about. And I'm a 7-time author. I have published, let me see, 7 meditation / CD albums. 2 of them are affirmations. 5 are meditation albums. I have 6 card decks. I've got a little vision board that I've put all the stuff that I've accomplished up on there. And I've written 7 books. My latest book's called The 1 Degree Shift. I help you declutter your life so that you can have a life that you're excited about. And so let me know what questions you have for me about decluttering, about creating a life that you're excited about. If you find that you're feeling stuck, let me know, ask your questions, and I'm really good at that. Also, we have our decluttering event. Normally, I do these with private clients, but I was guided to create one for you guys. It is August 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's only $89. Normally, it's $2,500 for the entire 6 hours. And we're going to do it together. It's going to be so freaking exciting. The link is in my bio. It says, what does the event listing say? Decluttering Day Group Event, August 14th. Here's the challenging part. When taking everything out of one cabinet temporarily looks like a hot mess. Yes. So just recognize and mentally prep yourself for, and also, okay, as I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you were on, there's 3 phases of decluttering that I recommend. The first phase, and it really just depends on how much time you have and how much energy, like mental and physical energy that you have. If you're not just full of energy, do not do a complete gut of something, like a complete gut of a closet or a cabinet. Just say no. If you don't have a ton of energy, don't do that. If you don't have a ton of energy, do a surface level, which is just literally surface level stuff. What can I declutter from what is out now? Or 2, open the cabinet and say, what do I have repeats of? What do I never use? What do I use but really don't like using? And can I use something else in its place? And so if you don't have enough energy to deal with all the clutter that comes out, then do the level 1 or the level 2 decluttering. If you have the energy to, you just say, excuse the vernacular, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Then prep yourself mentally and say, it's gonna look really bad for a hot minute, but I know that it's just temporary, it's just for now. Set a timer too. I literally live by my timer. I live by my timer. So anytime I'm doing any type of decluttering work where I literally gut everything out, I'll set the timer for 20 minutes. And I do 20-minute increments or intervals. And so I always have a box of things, like a box, so that when I, decide I don't want this, I'm going to give this to Goodwill or give it to a thrift store or donate it, it goes straight in the box. When that box is full, I put it in the trunk of my SUV. I got a little small CRV. But I can pack that thing full when I really want to. And I always have a trash bag for trash. I also have a little tub for recycling. So if there's something that I don't want, it goes into the recycling bin that I know is not good enough for resale. And there are some times where I actually list things. So having empty boxes ready is important. Yes, huge, huge, huge. But yeah, so when you know that you want to do a level 3 deep clean, deep dive declutter, mentally prepare yourself and just say it's gonna be a hot mess for a hot minute, but I'm good and I can handle it. Then really commit to seeing the project through, because that's the key to anything. Commitment to completing and finishing it. So yeah, I'm excited. Yay! Hi, Mark. Hello. Welcome. What questions do you have for me about creating a life that you love? Today we're talking about decluttering and getting rid of stuff in your environment. Stuff in your environment impacts you more than you think. It impacts your cortisol level, your stress levels, how you sleep, how you can focus, all kinds of stuff. Hello. So we're talking also about my 7th book, The 1 Degree Shift. You can find this on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. And this book helps you recognize where you are, where you want to be, and looks at clearing the stuff in the middle that keeps you from being able to take action. So what do we do when we try to prepare and it takes much longer and feels stressful? This is a fabulous question. Okay, so let's just say you've gutted the whole closet. You're 3 hours deep and you're losing momentum. You're like, oh my God. Maybe you've got like 5 bags of stuff and you're like, I'm tired, I'm crabby, I'm hungry, I can't do this anymore. Okay, you've already taken out 5 bags of stuff, right? Perfect. Now, just say, all right, I'm gonna spend 20 minutes, set your timer. I'm gonna spend 20 minutes and just put everything else that's left back. That's it. So you're not giving up. You're not throwing in the towel. What you're doing is you're acknowledging, I've spent 4 hours doing this or 3 hours doing this or however long you've spent doing it. I've spent X number of minutes doing this. I'm tired. I'm going to take a break. And hi, Ken. Yay, that's my baby. That's my life partner that I was talking about earlier. So acknowledge how far you've come. Yes, I do. Yes, I use the timer all the time. I have timers like literally almost in every single room. I don't have them in the bathroom. I used to, but I have them literally in every single room that I use frequently. My office, my kitchen, my dining room, my living room. I don't have one in my bedroom, but so going back to what happens and what do we do when things take longer than we anticipate? Again, acknowledge, like let's just say, okay, decluttering the closet, take it all out, 5 bags deep. We're like, yes, all right, I got 5 bags out. Oh my gosh, I still have so much more. I'm so tired, I'm hungry, crabby, I'm getting kind of pissy. This is not okay. Again, acknowledge how far you've come, what you've taken out, what you've done, what you sorted through, and say, all right, I'm gonna spend the next 20 minutes putting everything back or putting the rest away, and then spend those 20 minutes and graciously, with gratitude, because you just went through 5 bags, like you just cleared out 5 bags of stuff. That is no small feat, okay? So say, yay, what the hell, I did great, yay! And like sometimes it's like, oh my God, this was so much work, because it energetically takes a toll to go through these things. And so acknowledge what you've done, how far you've come, and put the rest of it away. And the cool thing about when you put stuff away, all of a sudden, when you're hanging it up or when you're folding it to put it back on the shelf, you're really gonna feel if you really wanna put that in there or if you don't. And so, if you really feel as you're putting the stuff back in the closet, the remaining items back in the closet or the room or wherever, and it just doesn't feel good to put it back, but you're not quite sure you want to get rid of it, put it in a box and just put sort through later. That's it. Sort through later. And you're going to be amazed, like I said, how easy it is to put the things back, to put back what you have left, and what you're going to start to see, like really see your progress. Because when everything is out on the floor and it's all over the place, it's visually stressful. It is. It's called visual clutter, and it raises our cortisol levels like nobody's business. And so when you can give yourself permission, like I said, acknowledge how far you've come, put those bags in your truck or vehicle or whatever it is, or in the garage if you're gonna sell them or whatever, but just get them out of the house and acknowledge, wow, I did a great job, woohoo! Because sometimes we forget to celebrate those little things that we've done. Even if you just got 1 bag, that's perfect. Then set your timer, 20 minutes. All right, I'm gonna spend the next 20 minutes or less putting everything back that is left, that right now I'm choosing to keep. Mindset and how we talk, like that like inner dialogue is huge. It's so huge. And so just be like, right now I'm choosing to keep the rest for now. I'm gonna put it all back, and then the next time I get energy or have the energy to do this, then I'll tackle it again. What's the first book we should read? So Is it Tamara or Tamara? So, there's a lot of, so this is one of the questions that I always ask people to be a little bit more specific about, because decluttering is huge. Like I said, I'm a life coach, I'm a simplification coach. I'm also a business coach. So I've been my clients are like all over the place. Tamira, is that right? I'm so bad with names, I'm sorry. So as far as a book about decluttering, hang on, I'm gonna bring up, let me see. I'm gonna bring up my Amazon storefront because I have Tamira, nice. Okay, hang on, I'm gonna bring up, where are my quick links? I'm gonna bring up my Amazon storefront because I have a lot of different books that I recommend to people. But as far as a decluttering book, The More of Less by Joshua Becker is really good. Really, really good. He talks about how he planned a Saturday to clear out his garage, and his kid just wanted to play. And he was so pissed and frustrated and overwhelmed that he had to spend all day decluttering. And somebody drove past his house on a bike and said, you know, you don't need all that stuff. And all of a sudden something just went, pew, what? And he ran upstairs to his wife, we don't need all this stuff. And she's like, okay, what are you talking about? I also recommend, so that's the book, it's called The More of Less by Joshua Becker. If you click the link in my bio, it is in my Amazon storefront. Just click books or most recommended books. And then if you want to watch something on Netflix, search on Netflix Minimalists. And there's two, let me actually bring up the name. Minimalists. Hang on, I'm going to tell you what it is called, or what the videos are called. Just a second. Okay. Is this the latest one? Hang on. So I think it's the Less Is Now. Oh, I think that is. So it's called the Less Is Now series. Yay! Oh, thank you. I've been wanting to go live for a while, and just a lot of things have been going on. So the first one is minimalism. That's a good one. However, I think the Minimalist Less Is Now one on Netflix is a little bit more impactful because just the way that it's organized. Yeah, so I would recommend that. Many of us, so Tamira, let me know if I answered your question. But those are the two resources that I would recommend. My book, The 1 Degree Shift, it's not just about decluttering. It is about figuring out where you are, where you want to be, and then the gap in between, all the stuff that's in between where you are and where you want to be. This whole book is about decluttering the gap in between. So it's not just about decluttering your environment, it's about all the other kind of random little things that we don't think get in the way, like priorities, the phase of life that we're in, our standards, our habits, like all kinds of stuff. Oh, yay, good. Woohoo! Well, and I hope that you can join me on Saturday, August 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are doing a decluttering group event live. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. Normally it's $2,500 for 6 hours of just alone time with me. But this time it's going to be a group event. We're going to be on live. So you can ask me your questions live. We're going to declutter together. It's so good. So if you guys want to build momentum with your decluttering, click the link in my bio and then click on the very first link when that page comes up. And it'll say Decluttering Day Group Event, August 14th. So freaking excited. 9 a.m. It starts 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time through 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm in Arizona. We don't do daylight savings. So right now, Arizona is Pacific Standard Time. It's only $89. Normally it's $2,500 to get me for a full 6-hour VIP day. But I was guided to do this for all of you for only $89, and I'm so freaking pumped. Oh my gosh. Well, and with the decluttering that you do, you can sell your stuff on Marketplace and make that back within an hour. So I am so excited. Okay, so Miracles and Money said, many of us are wasting too much time with the upkeep of stuff. Yes, preach. This is so good. So one of the things that we talk about in my 1 Degree Shift Tribe group, my community, is paying attention to your busy. So all the stuff that we have requires us to manage it. That takes up our precious time. And we're so busy looking for things or washing or cleaning, putting stuff away, or just moving it around to get to the stuff that we want to use. It's wasting and taking up so much of our time. And so what decluttering can do, and what it does do, is it gives you time freedom. Yes, you do have to spend time looking through your stuff and saying, do I use this? Do I love it? Is it in good repair? Like there's some things where I love and use, but it's like, okay, I've literally used this until it's falling apart. Do I have another one that I can use in its place? If so, then I'm gonna get rid of this one and just keep this one that I already have. If it's in disrepair and I love it and I use it, then that's a really good excuse for me to get a new one and replace it and then recycle the old one. So yes, time freedom is huge. How many times have you heard somebody say, or yourself say, you know, I really want to do this, or I really want to do that, but I just don't have any time. Oh, I just don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Think about and look at what your busy is. And when you pay attention to your busy, you can start to declutter that. I mean, I've got a series here on TikTok about the 6 types of clutter. And this, I only talk about 5 of them in my book. So a little secret, a lot of people publish books and don't put everything in the book so that when the 5th anniversary can come out or whatever, you actually have extra content to put in the book. So I'm going to share with you, hang on. Just a second. Okay. Just a minute. I'm looking for the list in my book. Hang on. Bear with me, folks. I apologize. I do not have this. I guess it's far. Oh, yeah, here it is. Really? I keep skipping it. Okay, here it is. Oh my gosh. All right, so we have environmental clutter. And like I said, I got a video series on TikTok that talks about the 6 types of clutter. So environmental clutter. Environmental clutter is what we're going to be tackling on Saturday, August 14th. This is all the stuff in your immediate surroundings. It's huge. So many people have so much stress and anxiety because the clutter in their space. Environmental clutter is also known as visual clutter. And the more clutter that you have in your vision space, the higher the stress hormone cortisol is in your body. It's huge. The next one is body clutter. Body clutter, and for those of you who have my book, this list starts on page 35. So body clutter is stuff like not listening to your physical body. If you don't eat when you should, if you eat too much, if you eat too little, if you don't eat at all, if you don't work out, if you work out too much, you know, all the body stuff. If you don't go to the bathroom when you need to, if you try to rush yourself, all those things. This might be TMI if there's any guys out here, but I actually switched from tampons to pads so that I literally could be more mindful during my period. Huge game changer, because I started using tampons when I started my period when I was like 12 or 13, and I'm 45, and I switched to using pads like 4 years ago. Total game changer. My cycle even shifted because of how mindful I was and how much more connected I was. It was incredible. So the next one is mental and emotional clutter. This is huge. This is anything that is cluttering up your headspace. cluttering up your ability to be mentally clear with any of your decisions that you make. I mean, decision fatigue is a real thing. And when we have mental and emotional clutter that we have not dealt with, it makes it that much harder to focus on the here and now. Another thing is digital clutter and digital hoarding. This is a game changer as well. When you hoard digital stuff like emails or apps, or you never unfriend or unfollow people on social media, what happens is you get bombarded with so much information that anytime you go on your device, you feel that energy drop. You feel so heavy. You feel like, oh my God, because you got so much. It's literally that visual energetic clutter on your devices. Another thing is daily clutter. This is literally, the chaos throughout your day. This is the busy that you have in your life. And so allowing yourself to look at how scheduled you are. Can you say no? There's this fabulous quote by Courtney Carver. She says, I don't say no because I'm busy. Hang on, I have it actually in my book. I quote her. I have a whole chapter about saying no. She says, I don't say no because I'm busy. I say no because I don't want to be busy. So look at your daily clutter. Look at your schedule. Can you start to say no to certain things? And if so, perfect. That's going to give you, again, more time freedom so that you can be more intentional about your day. And so you can start to then have a life that you're excited about. You start to say yes to those things that really, truly matter to you. And again, part of this is knowing what your priorities are and what phase of life that you're in. So huge. Then the last type of clutter is financial clutter. Financial clutter is debt. It is, too much credit card debt, not knowing where your money goes, not being able to track your spending, not tracking your finances. Huge, 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 huge. So it's absolutely incredible. So there's a lot of other things besides environmental clutter that can clutter up your space and can really clutter up and mess up your life. So how long should you keep something you don't use? To answer that question, I'm going to share another question that I typically get. So one of the questions I typically get is, why is it when I get rid of something, I need it? Like, what the heck? And so that's what prevents a lot of people from getting rid of stuff. So the reason why this happens, okay, let's just say I don't use this book. So I put it in a closet someplace, forget about it, okay? Just forget about it. So come back 5 years later, cleaning out the closet, cleaning out the attic, cleaning out the basement, whatever it is. And I look and I'm like, oh yeah, this was a great book. However, I haven't seen it or used it in 5 years. I'll gift it to somebody else. So maybe I put it in a book nook on the side of the road. You know, those little boxes? Maybe I donate it to the library for their book sale. Maybe I donate it to wherever. So all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, I start to think of something and I'm like, oh shoot, I saw that in that cool book that I just got rid of. Dang it. Ugh, and I'm kicking myself. Meanwhile, go to Amazon, rebuy the book, and I'm like, why did I get rid of it? Oh my gosh, I'm so, what the heck? Okay, the reason why this happens, when you shove something in a closet, it's out of sight, out of mind. What happens when you take it out, you remind yourself, oh yeah, yes, I loved this book. It was so good. So what I recommend to people, when you feel that that's you, that you identify as that person who needs something after you throw it away or get rid of it or recycle it or whatever, after it's no longer in your possession, what I recommend is go into and just look at everything that you have. Basically, take inventory. What this does is it reminds you of what you have. And then if you need it, so like literally look at everything. Open the closet, dig through every box, look at everything on the shelf, dig through all the things that are folded, all the things that are crammed and shoved. Just literally take everything out, look at it and put it back. Don't get rid of anything. Just look at it. You're taking a mental inventory and visual inventory. Then wait for like a month or two. You're going to use something in that closet. I can guarantee you. You're going to go, oh my gosh, yes, I have that. Boom, you go get it. Oh my gosh, yes, something else. Boom, go grab that. Something else. Oh yeah, woo, I've got this, cool. And maybe you're talking to a friend, oh my God, dude, I have that in my closet. Hang on, let me give it, whatever. Then after about a month or two, then go in and declutter. Then go in and say, okay, I'm good. I remembered I had this because a couple months ago I looked at it, haven't used it, now I'm gonna get rid of it. So typically when we don't use something, we're not using it because, sometimes things are seasonal. I'll talk about that in just a second. But the thing that's just out of sight, out of mind, refresh your memory, wait a month or two, and then get rid of it. This is one of the easiest things for people to do because it gives them that peace of mind that, okay, I looked at it, I remembered that I had it, and I know that I'm not going to use it because I haven't used it in 3 or 4 months or whatever it is. Or 5 years plus the 2 months that you waited after you looked at it. Now, if you have seasonal things that, let's just say you have camping stuff and you haven't used it in 5 years and you're like, really? First of all, make an assessment. See if it's still good. If it's like a blow-up mattress, is it in, like literally blow it up. See if it works. If there's any leaks, patch the holes. If you're guided to, if you want to. Pop up the tent, see if it's still good. If all the stuff is good and in good repair and it's still in working order, then you can say, okay, so I have this camping stuff and I've had it for 5 years. I used to use it, I don't use it anymore. What I recommend is schedule a time to use it. Say, okay, camping, boom. All right, so I'm going to look at my calendar right now, right here, right now, and just say, I'm gonna go camping on this date. So you can then make reservations, do the whole shebang, go camping, see if you still love it. Yay! If not, you're like, wah, 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 not a good experience. I'm more into glamping now, whatever, or just not even camping, going to a hotel, whatever floats your boat. Then when you get rid of that camping stuff, you're very confident. I'm not going to use it. I'm good. Okay? So, how long you should keep something, again, to answer your question, it really just depends on when was the last time you looked at it. If you haven't looked at it in years, look at it, assess what you have, and wait. Wait for a month or two. And I know sometimes people are like, but I don't want to wait. Okay, if you don't want to wait, and you're really, your gut is saying, I'm not going to use this, get rid of it. Sell it, or you can even ask family members, hey, does anybody want this? Does anybody want to borrow it indefinitely? And just say, I'm really struggling. I want to get rid of this, but then I don't because of how much I spent on it or whatever. Do you want it? Would you use it? And someone else might say, dude, yes, I want to go camping. I've been wanting to get into camping forever. Yes. And that will give them an excuse to go do whatever, okay? So if you see it all the time and you don't use it and it's literally just bothering you and taking up space, then get rid of it or sell it or recycle it, okay? So I know that was kind of a long answer to your question, but it's a very big question. That is literally one of those can of worm questions. But yes, so it really just depends on how long it's been since you've seen it and looked at it. But that's one of the easiest reasons and ways why people need something after they get rid of it is because they haven't seen it forever. All of a sudden it refreshes in their brain like, oh yeah, I totally have this. And then you're like, shit, I got rid of it. Dang it. Oh well, and then they go buy another one. So allow yourself that freedom to say, how long has it been since I've seen this? If it's been forever, look at it, wait a month or two, and then make an assessment if I'm going to use this or not. If you see it all the time and you don't use it, you're not going to use it, get rid of it. Again, with the seasonal stuff, the camping, the skiing, the boating, whatever it is, put an event on your calendar to use that particular thing. And if you do that event and you're not super thrilled with it, if you're like, it was okay, then, rehome that particular thing to someone else. So I hope that this helps you. Like I said, I know that was a longer answer, but that's huge. So what are the early preparation steps to prepare for the temporary mess? Hard for me. Well, for one, clear the area. So if you know that you're going to clear out a closet, that let's just say your hall closet. So make sure that you sweep or mop or vacuum the hallway, and that the hallway is clear from all other clutter, so that when you take everything out of the closet, you're literally only dealing with the stuff that's in the closet, okay? So again, get a box or boxes for the recycling, for the donating, for the selling, and for the trash. And allow yourself, my dog is snoring. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. I've got a little wiener pit mix. He's so adorable. But anyway, he's like on his back snoring. So, yeah. And then like mentally just prepare yourself. Go to the bathroom, get a snack, have some water, play some fun music, make sure it's well lit, because if things are dark, it's really hard to stay motivated, because when things are darker, we tend to like want to go to sleep. So, yeah, and so have it well lit, food, water, go to the bathroom, mentally prepare yourself and say, I'm going to spend the next 3 hours doing this. Again, set your timer. I like to do 20-minute bursts. Sometimes I'll do 2 timers. That's 4. 2 timers. I'll have one for like 3 hours and one that's like 20 minutes at a time. And the cool thing about, and one of the reasons why I think it's important to do like 20-minute intervals is because, so I'm going to get kind of like down the rabbit hole here. Everything that we own has energy attached to it, okay? So I'll give you an example. So let's just say that this crystal was my dad's. It wasn't, but let's just say that it was. And so it's in a box of stuff that I'm decluttering. And I'm like, oh, this is such a great crystal. Oh, I remember when my dad gave this to me. Oh, yay. You're just like, and you got all the feels going on, okay? So that's going to take an energetic toll on you, okay? So what happens when you are going through stuff? Every single thing that you touch and hold and move, like you pick it up, you're literally commingling your energy with the, I'm getting kind of woo-woo here, but hear me out, hear me out. So my energy, my energy is commingling with the energy of this particular thing. So this energy has energy from my father. It also has the energy associated with this. Maybe, when I got it, like he gave it to me and I was like, yay, this is awesome. I drop it and it broke my foot. So instantly I remember, oh my God, I remember when I got this, I broke my toe or I broke my foot. God, I was like, what? Or maybe I got it and saw rainbows. Like I was like, oh my God, look, there's a rainbow. Like, look, and you hold it up to the lights, you remember the rainbows. So all these things come flooding in with every single object. Okay, so maybe this timer has been with me forever. I've literally had this timer for years. So when I look at this timer and bring up the associative memories with it, I think of living in Oklahoma. I think of living in South Africa. I think of living in Minnesota, then Wisconsin, then back to Oklahoma, then back to Wisconsin, and now down to Arizona. If this timer could talk, you guys, seriously. So this timer has a lot of energy, but I also know that this timer is associated with very productive spurts of time. Okay, so 20-minute intervals. Like this is like my go-to timer. So again, everything that you touch is going to have that energetic impact. So knowing that and understanding that sometimes you might go down that rabbit hole, the timer is there to save you. So when you set your timer for 20 minutes, it will snap you out of memory lane and you're like, okay, I've literally been looking at this for 15 minutes. I'm gonna set this down and I'm gonna move on to the next thing, reset my timer for 20 minutes and keep focused. So that's a beautiful thing about setting the timer, is that you'll snap yourself out of those moments when you go down that memory lane rabbit hole. But then also the 20 minutes is like, ooh, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom, or you know what, I want a snack, or ooh, I want a drink of water, or I want to change my playlist or whatever. And so using that 20-minute timer really helps to keep you focused and help you have an easier time of clearing through your stuff. So Miracles in Money, let me know if this helps you. But I mean, this, like, it is a game changer. It is a pure game changer. So again, to kind of reiterate how to prepare yourself for the temporary mess. One, make sure that where you're going to empty out whatever is cleared. Oh, thank you very much. It's prepared so that everything is empty, so that you have kind of that clean slate. And then give yourself permission to say, okay, I'm going to set a time limit. So I'm going to spend the next 3 hours doing this. Or in the case of Saturday, August 14th, which I hope all of you can join me, from 9 to 3 p.m., 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to spend the next 6 hours decluttering. Now, of course, I would hope you would take a bathroom break during that time, or several. You could have a meal break or a snack break. But again, give yourself permission to set the stage mentally and energetically, clear the space so that when you dump everything out, you're just dealing with that. And then again, make sure that you've eaten, you have water and snacks available, you've gone to the bathroom. Get a fan or set your AC down a little bit lower, because you do build up a lot of energy and you sometimes get really hot when you are decluttering. Wear comfortable clothing, put your hair up if you need to. If you have longer hair or you want to get it out of your feet, like I don't have really long hair, but these little wispies kind of sometimes are like all up in my stick. So I'm just like, okay, I'm putting it back. But, and then again, make sure that it's well lit, because that's the thing is you don't want to, it's really hard actually to declutter when things aren't well lit, because you can't see anything. So it's really, it's really challenging. Yes, 2 timers, it's incredible. It's amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Live for Sunshine Love. Thank you for sharing. I love it. So what questions you guys have for me, guys and gals, and everybody in between? Let me know what questions that you may have for me about decluttering, about really creating a life that you're excited about, because that's just the thing, is that in all the years that I've been helping people, that's one of the things that it's frustrating for me, and to see someone who isn't really excited and who isn't happy about their life. And a lot of the times people feel frustrated and they feel stuck. And like I said, one of the easiest ways to move energy and to get unstuck is to clear through your stuff, your physical environment. And when your physical environment is free from clutter or extra stuff that you don't use, like I said, I'm not here to try to convert you guys to be minimalists. I'm not a minimalist, okay? But I don't like stuff hanging out in my space that I don't use and that I don't love. And so when you all of a sudden clear through your stuff, you have more space, you have more energy, you feel freer, and also it's less stuff to manage. So then that really allows you to have more time to do those things that you want. If we tap the screen a lot, it sends out your live on the For You page, from what I've been told. Oh my gosh, cool. This is the first live that I've done here on TikTok. So yeah, everybody tap your screen, share this. Woo! Mark said, thank you. This makes very good sense. The energy timer thing. Yes, totally. Well, and one of the other things too, Mark, and all of you, is that, going through things, it can take an energetic and emotional toll on you. And so when you prepare yourself, like if you're going through a sentimental box or sentimental items, be prepared to walk down memory lane and recognize that I might cry, I might laugh, I might do everything in between. But my intention and goal, and this is a big thing that I want all of you to remember, is what your intention is. So my intention is to pare down 50%, or to just look at everything that I have, or my intention is to be able to close the closet door, or my intention is, and then fill in your intention. Because when you have an intention, what happens is all of a sudden everything that you're doing is guided by that one intention. You're guided by the energy that you put forth. And like I said before, movement creates momentum. And so when you feel stuck, or when you feel like things just aren't working, clear out a drawer, clear out a closet, or even like for me, it's really hard to find stuff to get rid of. I actually have, hang on, I'll show you. I actually have a little notebook that I have, and my goal this year is to get rid of, or toss, or donate, or recycle 2,021 things. And I've been doing this challenge for a really, really long time. And I actually started this after we moved here and after we minimized a lot. And I was like, dang it, I should have done this before. But whatever. So one of the things that I do is actually write down all the stuff that I'm getting rid of and decluttering, and that kind of helps me stay focused. But like I said, it's really hard and kind of challenging for me to like find stuff to get rid of because I've been doing this for so long, and I'm really diligent and vigilant about what I bring in to my space. Usually it's one in, one out. Intention, whoa, that's an eye-opener that I've been, whoa, that's what I've been missing. Eye-opener, thank you. You are very, very welcome. So net.proud farmer. What if you were helping an elderly man who thinks he needs to prepare to die and doesn't want much? Well, honor that. So that's the thing about decluttering other people's things. Hang on, I'm gonna get a sip of water. So that's the thing about decluttering other people's stuff. If somebody wants to get rid of something, let them get rid of it. If they don't want to get rid of it, let them keep it. And like my father, he passed away, like I said, 8 years ago, or 2013. I think that's 8 years ago. We talked about math earlier. Y'all know the brainulator thing? Yeah, if you know, you know. But in any case, I can't do math in my head. I have to like do it on paper. That's what you missed. But like when my father was, okay, so hang on. Way back in the day, 1987, my mom passed away very suddenly in a car accident when I was 12. It took us months to go through her stuff, and she had a lot. So my dad was very organized. I don't want to say a minimalist. He kept what he used, and if he didn't use it after a long period of time, he got rid of it or sold it, or usually sold it or try to repurpose it and whatnot. My mom, on the other hand, was someone that would stuff stuff. So things looked tidy, but when you opened a drawer, it literally was like bursting at the seams. For those of you who have seen Friends, it was Monica's closet. So like open it and shit's all falling out and you're like, oh my God, there's so much stuff. And so that was my mom. And so when she passed away, there was so much stuff and it was overwhelming. And it was like, oh my gosh. And I have videos about generational clutter here on TikTok. I have it on my Instagram. I have it on my Facebook page. Haven't put them on my YouTube channel yet, but generational clutter is huge and can cost people thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars, to dispose of and get rid of. And so if someone is wanting to prepare to die and they're older and they really just don't want a whole lot of anything, give them that freedom to do it. Like I said, when my father passed away, or actually before he passed away, and he would do this probably every few years, he would go through everything and just minimize it. And he'd be like, hey girls, you know, I've got this, this, and this. Do you guys want it? If not, I'm going to sell it or just get rid of it, whatever, recycle it. And so he would send pictures to us in email, and we had a week to claim it. Now, a lot of us were kind of scattered all over the country. There's 7 of us. I'm the youngest of 7. 5 biological daughters from my father, and then 2 stepdaughters. So anyway, so he would do that periodically, and then he was diagnosed with cancer, and then that last year and a half, he literally asked us, what do you guys want? And I talked about this earlier. I asked for my dad's handkerchiefs, and these are so good. I'm a hanky person, and so this is pretty much all I wanted. And you know, when someone is getting ready to die, or they know that they're getting ready to die, or they're getting up there in age and they don't want to burden their loved ones with all their excess, they will start to declutter. And so if someone really wants to do that, give them permission. Just, all right, cool. And if you don't know what to do with it, load it up, put it in your garage or whatever, and then say, do I want to sell this? Do I want to keep this? Or ask what their intentions are. So you can ask him, what is your intent? Do you want me to donate this? Do you want me to recycle it? What do you want me to do with it? And if he's like, I don't care, do whatever. You can go to consignment shops. There's places that will actually do estate sales for you if there's a large volume of stuff. But if he doesn't want much, let him get rid of it. I mean, really, the only person, and I've talked about this before, the only person's stuff that you should get rid of is your own. Getting rid of your partner's things, family members' things without their permission can ruin a relationship literally for the rest of their life. It can be so damaging and so detrimental to that relationship. So, Net Proud Farmer, let me know if that helps you and if you have any other questions. So, Elsie, I think that's how to pronounce your name. I apologize. Elsie went from aging parent care to pandemic isolation. Not if I'm going back to interest, but don't know. Be a little bit more specific with your question, please. I really want to be able to support you, but I need a really specific question. I'm sorry. Hang on. So not if I'm going back to interest. So the things that you used to be interested in, you're not interested in? Let me know if that's what your question is. Miracles of Money. I have 10 cabinets in my place. I've gone through 6 of the 10. Woo! Yay! So good. Hi, Angie. Thank you for joining us today. Woohoo! Okay, so Mark said, why are 2 timers necessary? I missed that reason. So it's not necessary, but if you're kind of squirrely, I'm ADHD. I'm very much like, shiny, squirrel, what, whoa, whoa. I mean, like, anybody that knows me knows that if something is out there and it's making noise or it's shiny or whatever, I'm like, woo. Also, when I declutter, yes, I do this for a living, but when I declutter, sometimes I go down the rabbit hole and go down memory lane. And so what I do, so my intention is for the day, like my intention is to clear through this closet or to clear through this shelf or to clear through this drawer. And then first set the intention, then say, okay, how long do I want to spend doing this? Let's just say I want to spend an hour maximum. So I set one timer for an hour. That's like my kind of main timer. Then, because I know myself, because I can go down the rabbit hole, I'll set it for 20 minutes. So the second timer I'll set for 20 minutes to keep me focused and to redirect my energy. So let's just say I go down memory lane and I'm like, oh, look at this. Oh my God, look at this. Oh my God, this is such a great concert, or this is such a great event, or whatever it is. And then the timer goes off. I'm like, oh shit. I've been totally like zoning on this one thing. All right, I'm gonna regroup, ask myself, do I have to go to the bathroom? Do I need water? Do I need a snack? If I don't and I'm good, set the timer for 20 more minutes, and then I redirect my focus on doing the task at hand. So like I said, you don't need 2 timers, but if you're squirrely and you kind of go down that rabbit hole, 2 timers are a blessing. So Net Proud Farmer says he has 3 areas: keep, family, take, and don't. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Love it. Yay. So good. That's so good. I love that. Yay. Well, and one of the things too is that gives a lot of older people peace of mind. Well, even younger people. I mean, I'm 45 and I don't want to burden my family when I pass away with all the excess. It can be really damaging. Like, I don't think about the memories you have with your people, okay? With your family, your parents, your loved ones, and people can die in an instant. Like, I had a friend of mine from high school who her husband died suddenly while he was actually, okay, so he started to, snowplow their driveway. And he came in for water, came back out, and literally dropped dead in the freaking driveway, like dropped dead. And he had just gotten a physical, perfect everything, perfect vitals, perfect blood work, perfect all the things. They did an autopsy, couldn't find anything wrong with him, nothing. So we don't know when we're gonna go. And I want you to think about your family members going through all your stuff, even your intimate stuff. I'm just saying. So their last memory of you is not going to be your last memory of them. Their last memory of you is clearing through all of your stuff. So what final memories do you want them to experience with you? it's not that last cup of coffee that you had with them. It's them going through all the boxes, all the closets, all the drawers, all the cabinets. And when there's too much stuff, the excess that you haven't even looked at in 20 years or 10 years or 5 years, they're gonna be like, I don't even know what to do with all this stuff. And most people walk through, take what they want, and then hire people like me to just clear it all out in a dumpster. Or take what we want to sell. And sometimes, like when okay, usually if that happens, when someone says just take what you want and sell the rest, whatever, usually what I'll do is I'll hire an estate sale company to come in and do an estate sale, and of course they take their cut, and then I donate the rest to a charity that person would have wanted, or just give that check back to the family and say, here, this is the proceeds from your family's estate sale. And yeah, but it can be really devastating for people and it literally can take weeks and months, and some people it even takes years to go through all the stuff that they have from the person that just passed away. So if you personally have an excess amount of stuff and you don't go through it, I would consider setting aside several $1,000s and a plan for your family to get rid of and dispose of all of your stuff if you don't want to do it. So like I said, I've got several videos about generational clutter. Okay, so Elsie said, sorry, still feeling stuck. I'm going to go back. Wait, just a second. Am I going back to interests set aside? Not sure. Maybe a purge is needed. Again, let me know what your specific question was. I didn't really understand what your question was. So Net Farmer says, as we go through, he tells us the stories of his childhood, and my heart is so full with the stories. Yes. Well, one of the things too is that if there's a particular, well, first of all, it would be cool if he's got family members to actually record these little stories. You can just set up a camcorder, of course, ask for his permission to record him, and do videos of that particular item or whatever, especially if it's an item that he wants to give away. Do like a little quick video, like, hey, share the story about share the story about the Ron Coleman mine in Arkansas that you got this from. Oh yeah, it was cloudy, it was Valentine's Day, nobody else was there, and it was me and my friend, and we were digging, and they found a vein, and they dumped it, and we found this, and I filled up my trunk full of these for $5 or $20. What a great story, like, hello. Or maybe the time when he outran the cops, and he kept a lighter from that day, or whatever. And so, absolutely record those stories if you're guided to, or even just jot down a little story and tape it to that particular item, so the people that do receive it from his family go, oh my gosh, this is a cool story, and they have that, and it's like a little piece of history. Yay. So he is the last sibling of my mother-in-law's family. He's always been single. Okay, so yeah, you can contact his friends. Because there's a lot of people, like my dad had his best friend Gary, amazing man. He was like the postmaster of his town or whatever. But my dad said that he was the best brother and best friend that he never had. And I was like, how does that work? Because he had like 8 brothers or something like that. But in any case, he was his best friend forever. And there was a couple items that he got from Gary that he actually wrote stories about the interaction and when they got the things and whatever, and it was just fabulous. And so we asked Gary if he wanted those things back. And hang on. I've literally had live events all day. So I'm not going to be on for too much longer because my voice is starting to go out. But so Andy, which is Gary's son, actually remembered that event, and he's like, oh my gosh, I would love to and feel honored to have this. And so he took one of the things. The other thing was from like their deer hunting camp / cabin that they have way in the northern part of Wisconsin. And so they took it and actually framed the little story that my dad wrote, and it's up at the hunting cabin, and it's awesome. And so like these are the little things that just because somebody doesn't have blood family, like offspring, or they're single or whatever, and the last in line of something doesn't mean that their friends may not want something of theirs. And so, I mean, that's just a thing that you could do. You don't have to, but it's just a recommendation. So, can you recommend how to decide what to keep? Are there questions or rules to help you not get stuck? Well, first of all, what do you use? I mean, all the things that you use, obviously keep. I have several videos about how to decide what to keep as far as like makeup and kitchen utensils. This is easy. Just put all the makeup and all like the toiletry stuff in a box. As you use it or as you need it, take it out of the box. And then after a month or two, what's left in the box you haven't used, look through it. Anything that's expired, like makeup and all that stuff, throw away. If something is brand new and you've never opened it, see if one of your friends or family members wants it, or you can donate it to shelter or shelters or stuff like that. Kitchen utensils, same thing. Take everything, all like the knives, forks, all the random whatnots, like the little one-hit wonder gadget things for cooking. Put all of that stuff in a box or boxes, and as you need it, take it out, and after a month or two, you'll see what you haven't used, and then you can make an assessment of, do I really want to keep this? Should I sell it? Maybe I can have a garage sale with the amount of stuff that I have. For clothes, what you can do is first of all, clothes are like huge because so many people buy clothes and they never wear them, is you can take everything out of your closet, try everything on, and only put back what fits. Clothes are meant to fit you. You are not meant to fit your clothes. So don't shrink or gain weight to fit in your clothes. Your clothes should feel comfortable. And so allow yourself the privilege to only keep the clothes that you have that fit good and feel good. If all the clothes that you have fit and feel good, but you're just not sure which ones to keep, what I do personally is I have one hanger that's a different color. Like I use like these wire hangers that have this black fuzz on them for like my tank tops like this. And then I use wood hangers for all the other stuff. So I have this blue plastic hanger that goes on the very left-hand side of my closet every January 1st. And now I color coordinate my clothes. So after I wore something after January 1st, I wear it and I launder it. I put it on the other side of that hanger. And so at the end of the year, that hanger is either all the way at the end, so that means I've worn all the clothes, or there's some left over. And the stuff that I haven't worn in a year, I try on, I'm like, why haven't I worn this? And I usually get rid of it. So there's a lot of different ways to decide what to keep and what not to keep. I talked earlier about, when you haven't seen something in 10 years, should you get rid of it? Should you keep it? If you haven't been through something or dug through something in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, go through it, look at it. Just look at it. Just take an inventory of whatever it is. Then in a month or two, go back, and the stuff that you're 100% sure that you want to get rid of. So let me know if this helps you. Okay, question is about what and when to purge after my life has not been mine for 4 years. Oh, that's not too esoteric. No. So let me go back to your other question, because now that makes more sense. Okay, taking care of an aging parent, then pandemic, and isolation. Okay, so what I would recommend, Elsie, is, hi Rhonda, is I would recommend looking at all the things that you're considering getting rid of. And I talked about this earlier about camping equipment. So let's just say that you have camping equipment, or you have crocheting stuff, or knitting stuff, or scrapbooking stuff, or motorcycle repair stuff, or whatever it is, whatever your hobbies are, woodworking, whatever it is, and you haven't done that in 4 years, put it on your calendar. Make a point to take that stuff out and say, oh wow, I haven't done woodworking or leatherworking in 4 years. Do I want to do it? I don't know. I don't know if I should get rid of it. Okay, perfect. So if you're not sure if you should get rid of it, and you used to love it, go to the leather store, get a new piece of leather, find a pattern, and make something. See if leatherworking still works for you. And I'm just throwing this random example out there. If it's skiing equipment, book a trip. Book a trip to Aspen or what is it, Big Bear or Big Bend, something. I don't even know. I'm not a skier. I'll sled, but I don't ski or snowboard. But even though I grew up in Wisconsin, if it's crocheting stuff, get some yarn and make something. See if you still enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, let's just say it's painting stuff, grab a canvas, set up the easel, and sit down and say, I'm going to do a Bob Ross painting. Or whatever it is, and see if you still like it. And if all of a sudden you're like, wow, I really don't like to do this anymore, then get rid of it. And now you know 100% in your heart you're not going to do it. But if you start doing it and you're like, dude, I totally forgot. I totally forgot how much fun this was. Boom, you just re-emerged and reawakened your hobby. So one of the things I want to share with you again before we get off of here is August 14th. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have a live group decluttering event where I will support you in decluttering either one area of your life or multiple areas of your life. You are very welcome, Elsie. I hope that helps you. Please let me know if it has and what other questions that you have. But if you want to join us, so normally a 6-hour VIP day with me is $2,500, but August 14th, it's only $89. So click the link in my bio, join me and all the other fabulous people who are signing up for this live event. You'll be able to ask questions all day long. You will get my eyes on your stuff. Trust me, there is no judgment here, no judgment. I've been helping people with this for the last 24 years. So I am not here to judge anybody. Trust me, I am no saint. I am no saint. And so giving yourself permission to just say, you know what, I'm going to tackle my bedroom, or I'm going to tackle my bathroom, or I'm going to tackle my garage, or I'm going to do 30 minutes in each of my main rooms. I got you covered. I've got you covered. So what I want you to do, if you are like, hell yeah, let's do this, click the link in my bio and join us August 14th for the Decluttering Group Live event. And like I said, it's only $89 for 6 hours, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so good. Yes, it sounds fabulous. Thank you, darling. You are a gem. Thank you so much. All right. Live for sunshine, love the idea about the blue hanger, learning so much. Awesome. Thank you. Cool idea about the box. It's like a sifter without a ton of time and having to hem and hoe up. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. That's one of the easiest ways to figure out if you use something. Especially if it's kind of like weird, random stuff like that, put everything in a box, just dump it all in a box and just put it in the closet or put it wherever. And you're like, oh yeah, I need to mix something. Like literally, oh, okay, so my drawer is empty. Let me get out the mixer, use the mixer, wash it, clean it, put it back, boom. Now you see actually what you use. That's a huge game changer for so many people. Hi, Brittany. I love it. All right, so who all is coming to our live decluttering event? Like I said, it's $89 all day, 6-hour group VIP day. Normally it's $2,500, but that $89, I can guarantee you will make back and then some by all the stuff that you declutter. You can list it on Marketplace, make your money back a lickety split. So good. So let me know how I can support you today. We'll stay on for just a few more minutes. Let me know what questions that you have about decluttering or just shifting things in your life. Love it. So good. So, a little bit about my plastic bottle. I don't normally use single-use plastic bottles. This one I reuse a lot, and I know some people are like, no, you're not supposed to reuse plastic bottle. Whatever. Glass bottles I break. As you all can see, I talk with my hands. Every glass bottle I've gotten, I break because like if it's sitting here, whack. Like, and the metal bottles that I've gotten, I dent because I have tile floors. I don't mean to. I just talk with my hands and it goes flying and it falls and dents and then I can't screw the top on, or I can't unscrew the top. Yeah. So, or it like bends the bottom and then it like won't sit up. So I just buy one of these and reuse it and wash it until it like looks gross. Not looks gross, but just, you know, is all banged up, and then I'll buy another one and reuse that for a long time. So, yes. That is that. All right, so let me know what questions that you have. We will stay on for just a little bit longer. I hope that you all can join me for this group event. It's gonna be epic. All of our metal cups are all dented too. We say it gives them character, like artwork. Yes! Well, and the thing is, I haven't been able to find a metal water bottle that doesn't dent easily. Like, I was shocked. Like, I spent some good money, like a lot of money on several really fancy and really supposedly like really durable water bottles, and literally like I had one I think for like a week. I was talking, whack, pew. And I mean I've got tile floors, and I mean I don't think I whacked it that hard, but it dented the top so much that I couldn't even open it. I was like, you're kidding me. And I contacted the company and sent it back to them, and they never sent me a replacement. So I don't know if they thought that I like purposely damaged it. I didn't. I was like, I'll send you the video. It was in my membership when I was doing a live video. Oh, I love it. All right. So, yes, let me know what questions that you have. And also let me know if you would love to join me and all the rest of the people that are joining us on August 14th, which is a Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for a live VIP day. We're gonna be decluttering together. Found good ones at Target that show less dents and all metal. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I live not too far away from Target, so awesome. Thank you for that recommendation. My dog is looking at me. He's so cute. He's a wiener pit mix. You guys want to see him? Tank, come here, so cute. Come here, bud. He is so cute. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? This is Tank. Hi. Isn't he so cute? But yeah, he is a rescue. He's so cute. He's a rescue, and he is a wiener pit mix. What are we doing, Tank? Isn't he so cute? What's that? What are you doing? What do you see? Huh? He's looking out the window. Hang on. Look. What's out there? Ooh, so cute. Tank, look. Over here. Look. He's like, yeah, whatever. Isn't he so sweet? My little babies. But yeah, he's a rescue. We've had him for 6 years. He was, they think, 2 when we got him. He's so cute. I just love him. He's so snuggly wuggly. So cute. All right, bud. You want to go down? Good boy. So cute. But yeah, he's stout. We call him our beefy wiener or a brat because he's brindle. And, oh, he's so stinking cute. I love him. All right, so I think we are going to get off, but I want to thank all of you guys for showing up today. Keep an eye out. Let me know if you want more of these lives. And let me know, right now, Pacific time, it is 4:34. And so I know a lot of people like these in the evening. Some of you guys like them during the day. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. Also, like I said, join us August 14th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live group VIP decluttering extravaganza. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's gonna be so freaking good. So good. Thank you, and yes to more lives. Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes. All right, I love you guys. I will be back here soon. And thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for all your fabulous questions. I love you guys. This is awesome. And this is kind of the vibe that you get inside of the 1 Degree Shift Tribe, which is the companion membership for this book. Yeah, we dig into all the really good, juicy stuff. So, all right, I love you guys. And I got to figure out how to end this because I've never done this before. I think it's this. Bye, guys. I'll see you soon.